want to thank you for all that you do for black people. But I would like to respectfully disagree with you on a few points that you made. And one of those points is when you said, spoke on no black church. In fact, no black church has done anything for the black community. And I have to disagree with you on that.
But our 5 major issues in black America are miseducation, mass incarceration, gentrification, police brutality and genocide, and access to wealth. So when I
agree with you.
Problems,
I don't disagree with you.
Wait a minute. Wait. I listen to you. When I speak of problems, I'm talking about real problems.
All right, well, we're going to go back to the phone lines, and maybe we'll ask that question right now. Good evening, caller. Welcome to the Review. What's your first name? Where are you calling from?
Hello, I'm on the line.
Yes, sir. You're on the line here at WURD. What's your first name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, Tyrone.
Hey, Tyrone. You want to say good evening to our guest, Dr. Umar Ifeatude Johnson?
I'm sorry about that. Absolutely. Hey, Doc, I'm a long-time listener. I honestly am a admirer of your work. I'm currently in the DMV area, so we have a lot of coons in our area. And again, I don't wish them coons.
What do you mean, raccoons?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Because we try very hard not to use derogatory terms about anybody.
Sorry. I'm sorry about that.
That's all right. I understand what you're saying. I just wanted to say, everybody can speak.
Negropean, my brother. Negropean.
Okay, Negropean. Sorry. But we have a lot of those in our area. And again, I don't wish them any harm. I think they believe that they're doing what they think is best for their families, which it's kind of, I guess you could say, a gray area for some. But I guess my question is, when you have those who maybe you grew up with, maybe you were raised around, maybe you were brought up with, how do you? I get that idea that you're going to say, but how do you deal with them? I mean, I just basically just wish them the best and get away from them, separate, so that I don't wish them any harm, but I just don't want to be a part of their I guess you could say behavior, or
or they don't want to be a part of their lifestyle.
Yes, sir. But that's all. And again, I thank you for answering my question. I'll take it off the line.
Thank you so much for calling. Don't be no stranger there.
To answer the brother's question, 3 points. Number 1, we have to be very clear that we cannot change anyone, and we cannot force change in anyone. I know this very well, coming from a therapeutic background, trained as both a school psychologist and a clinical psychologist. You cannot force change on nobody. People change when they are ready. That includes Negroes. Forcing change will do nothing but stress you out and ruin relationships. So for me, it's all about doing what the Black Christ did, fishing for people. Jesus went out there fishing for disciples. We have to go out there fishing for brothers and sisters who want to help us do the work of African racial reconstruction and liberation. All that time you spend trying to change one person's ideas, you could have probably saved 10 or 20 other brothers and sisters who really wanted to help out. So as Frederick Douglass said, it's better to raise strong children than to repair broken men. I don't believe in wasting my time on trying to resurrect the sleeping consciousness of adult Negroes. I think we are missing the mark by spending more time trying to rehabilitate adults rather than trying to properly raise African children. My life, the rest of my life, however many more decades the Lord decides to give me on this planet, will be dedicated to trying to resurrect these children as much as possible. And to that end, Bob and David, I do want to remind your listening audience from around the world that we're still very much on schedule so far to have a community grand opening at the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy during the week of Kwanzaa. That is our plan. That is our goal. We are still waiting for these last final touches of the HVAC to get done. We have heat. We have cooling. We have controls. but there are some things that need to be fixed before we can pass inspection. I'm hoping we can get this done by the end of August. That's going to be my prayer, and that's going to be my wish, that all HVAC is done and inspected, because once that's done, there's no other system left. Once HVAC is inspected and improved, there's nothing left except for us to paint and to buff the floors, get some furniture in there, and get ready for the grand opening. So that's where we are right now. Just to let brothers and sisters know about that update, please continue to donate. You hit your Cash App, $FDMG School. Hit your PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. We are a tax-exempt organization. And we're just pressing forward. Keep us in your prayers, and victory will be ours.
Now, you mentioned some of your upcoming appearances, and I looked at your schedule, and I'm saying you must going to be booked every week for the rest of the year, according to that schedule. I mean, every week, and I mentioned it before we came on the show that we're fortunate to have you today because you've been traveling so much in and out the country that we missed you the last month or two, but that you're here today. Okay, we're going to go to the phone. This caller been waiting a long time, and I apologize, caller, but I was listening to the doctor making his house call. Yes, good evening, caller. Welcome to the Worldview. What's your first name? Where you calling from?
Ron, calling from Philadelphia, Germantown.
Yes, sir. How you doing today?
Okay, how are you?
Good.
Okay,
we have Dr. Umar Johnson on the phone line with us.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Dr. Umar Johnson, and the work you do, and I just want to thank you for all that you do for black people. But I would like to respectfully disagree with you on a few points that you made. And one of those points is when you spoke on no black church. In fact, no black church has done anything for the black community. And I have to disagree with you on that because, first of all, I have to remember Reverend Leon Sullivan, who started the OIC and here in Philadelphia. OIC, in fact, went so far as to go over in other countries. OIC was right here in North Philadelphia. Now, I'm an older gentleman. I'm over 80, so I don't know if that might have some bearing on it. But Reverend Leon Sullivan had a program with Africa, and his program helped many, many black people in Philadelphia. There's another situation coming a little bit more current. There was a lady, a minister. She planted herself in North Philly in a drug-infested neighborhood in a black area, and she did it purposely. She said she could have went any place else. She went there because she knew that it was drugs in that community, and there were women who were strung out. She set her church up, and as a result, some of those women who were out there on the street became members of her church and began to pull in other ladies who were in that drug situation, and they became, people who would help their people. Then, coming more forward, we have a pastor right here, Pastor Alvin Waller in Philadelphia. Okay, again, you say no one has done anything for black folks. Well, Pastor Waller has set up programs for the youth at his church, and to have them into athletic programs like football and other programs. And this is really essential for our youth to have some place to go to. Not only that, his wife, Ellen Waller, they just had a run-walk situation here in Philadelphia from one church to the other. The purpose of that was she was expressing the trafficking that is happening in our society of these black women or women, who are being trafficked, and into that area. I guess you understand what happens with that. They're into.
Yes, I understand, and I appreciate what you said. In fact, I'm a student of Reverend Leon Sullivan. I was his personal photographer for many years, and I know about some of the magnificent things he did with OIC and OIC International. And yes, he did. A lot of that was not done by the church, but it was done by Reverend Sullivan and his organizations. And he's one, as you mentioned, Reverend Waller, that's another one. The other female, that's three. that you named, out of how many here in Philadelphia? So I think that what the brother was saying is that none of them are doing anything on a mass scale.
And I was very particular in using the word systemic. And, you know, the football programs and the basketball programs, that's all great, my brother. And I have tremendous respect for anyone who stands in that pulpit to try to raise the spiritual conditions of our people. But our 5 major issues in Black America are miseducation, mass incarceration, gentrification, police brutality and genocide, and access to wealth. So when I
agree with you.
Problems,
I don't disagree with you.
Wait a minute. I listen to you. When I speak of problems, I'm talking about real problems. The after-school programs, that's fine. But that is not what I'm talking about. That doesn't solve a single problem that we have. And I'm going to stay by my point, which is systemically, collectively, the Black church, Philadelphia or nowhere else, is taking care of the problems, the major problems, the real problems, the systemic problems that Black people have.
Okay, well.
But it's good that they're doing things, and I agree. I'm really glad to see that they're doing. We need more of them out there doing things. But I think that they ought to be doing more things collectively for the masses of the people. I think if they came together collectively and say that, you know, we're going to take all of our tide dollars and put it to some Black growth and development, you know.
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that. And
where is the bank? Where is the supermarket? Where is the school? Where are the jobs? Where is the hospital? That's what we're talking about.
Where's the money going?
I will say there was a Reverend Smith who was on 22nd and Lehigh in Philadelphia, and he started a supermarket, and I think he had some other markets around. Now this is going back a ways, right? And he put it into the Black community. I mean, he had a mega church, but he was another gentleman from Philadelphia. I mean, I should know some of the things that have happened here, but I agree with you as far as collectively, totally, you know. And then again, I can't say for sure because I'm not everywhere, and I don't know what's going on in other areas of what they're trying to do. But I know the church has been instrumental in bringing forth programs. And a lot of these things emanated from church or people who were church leaders. But I agree with a lot of the things you say. I cannot go against the systemic racism and
and most importantly is where do they invest all that money they're collecting every week, especially on mega church? Where do they go with that money? And it's not really.
It goes to the white bank. The Black people's Jesus money goes to the white bank, and the white bank in Philadelphia uses Black people's Jesus money, and they give loans to white developers and racist realtors to come into Philadelphia and gentrify Black people out of their own neighborhoods. That's what they're doing. The Black Church of Philadelphia, like every other major city in America, is financing the gentrification of the Black community. Their money is being used for white developers to price us out of our own neighborhoods. Need I remind you, Philadelphia leads America in race-based gentrification. Philadelphia overtook San Francisco and Seattle. Philadelphia is #1 city for gentrification in America. You know why? Because the Black church isn't making those white banks accountable to Black people. And moreover, the Black church in Philadelphia should have built their own bank. They get enough money. They don't need to be putting their money in a white bank. They should have a Black bank by the church in Philly that's going to finance Black people. But they're not progressive in their thinking.
Or even start their own church credit union.
Absolutely.
The problem with us, we think everybody who show up ready to die. No, they not. No, they not. Find out what they willing to sacrifice, and that's where I put you. You can take the phone calls, but you can't be on the planning. You can cook the food, but you ain't gonna be one of the soldiers. You see that? You can work with the children, but you're not gonna be getting no military training.